Hello, welcome or welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz. I will be guiding you on this journey today. This is a reading for Aquarius, wherever Aquarius is in your chart. I hope you're all doing well. I know Pluto is going to be in Aquarius for a while. So if you're like 1984, 85, maybe 86, like baby, Pluto's going to be squaring your natal Pluto for a little bit. So I hope that's going okay for you. I know for me, that was a ride for sure. I'm a late degree, like I'm a 27 degree Pluto in Libra. So I feel like Pluto was kind of tap dancing on that square for a while, like over the last like couple years. So yeah, welcome to midlife. I hope that it is like going okay for you. So, otherwise, as you can see, there's 3 tarot decks out here. We're trying something a little different because I splurged and I got the Before Tarot, which is on the left side here. That's the moments before the depictions on the traditional Rider-Waite tarot. And then we have the After Tarot, which of course would be the moments preceding those events. We have the traditional Rider-Waite here in the middle. It's the Radiant Wise Tarot, but it's based on the traditional Rider-Waite tarot. So the idea is the recent past, current energy, and near future or outcome or what you need to know type of thing. We'll get 1 card from each deck, and then of course we will take a look at the bottom of each one as well. And I do have an intention that I want to set before I start shuffling and before we start diving into your reading. Like Scorpio season, like the whole season for me was about intentions and boundaries, or really it was more so about lack of intention and boundaries. So I did write out an intention that I'm sure will probably evolve over time, but yeah, so I'm going to set the intention now and then we'll start shuffling your cards. Crown open, I anchor into the present and the truth within it. I welcome only what is clear, balanced, and aligned. All distortion, fear, and interference remain outside this space. May these messages travel to those who called for them, carrying honesty, clarity, and calm. All right. For Aquarius. I don't take the cards that flip in the deck. I just don't take them seriously. Like, if there is a message that they want to give, then they do have to come all the way out of the deck. And I've had that conversation one-on-one with each one of my mini tarot decks. So for Aquarius. That same-ish kind of thing happened with Capricorn. Like the card flew out and ended up in the same spot reversed. We have the World card in the reverse, which is interesting because isn't this, we have the Death card. Fixed signs. Yeah. I'm like trying to, like, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Leo. And future or outcome, or what Aquarius needs to know. For Aquarius, the 7 of Pentacles. Sorry, let me write down I'm trying to get better at titles for YouTube videos. And because I really am like really trying to focus also my intentions on like growing this space. I feel like I've been at 1,042 subscribers for like 6 months, which is interesting. I'm glad it at least hasn't gone down. But I really am like trying to align like my energy or something with that, you know? But anyway, I'm, like I said, like I'm trying to get better at titles too. And if I don't write them down right away, then I just won't remember. So it's interesting here. Like what's interesting is that we have two cards here that traditionally talk about endings, but one of them is in the reverse. Like the card of ending is in the reverse. Okay, that was weird. The World card is like the culmination of something, you know, a cycle, a way of being, a job. There's also too like even a harmony aspect, like even like things coming full circle. I'm also like looking at this couple, and whenever I see like a masculine and feminine energy, I mean, you know, or, you know, depiction on the cards, it does make me think of like yin and yang, right? Like masculine and feminine energy, and the dance or the balance between them, like in the Lovers card, even the Judgment card, the Devil card. But you know, we think of the masculine energy of initiating, protecting, providing, go-getting, hustling. Also even audacity, I feel, is a masculine thing. And then the feminine of receiving, intuition, nurturing, birth, creation, flow, softness, you know, and it's the balance between those things, you know, initiating, but then allowing yourself to receive, you know, it's hustling, but also resting. It's having the audacity, but also connecting to your intuition. It's, you know, like germination and creation. So, you know, with the World card being in the reverse, there could be a cycle that it's like at its completion, but either there's something that is just either not in balance yet, or maybe the lesson hasn't fully been incorporated yet. You know, I mean, there could be something in your life where like you know, the energy that you have put into it, whatever it is, a project, a job, a relationship, you know, whatever it is, it's like, you know, holding on to it because of the amount of resources, time, energy, emotion, all those things that you have invested in it. You know, I mean, maybe there has been a delay in the actualization of that or the manifestation of that. I feel like I kind of keep relying on the word delay, but stagnation, lack of completion. Also too, like, you know, reversals, it doesn't necessarily have to be the opposite meaning of the upright. It could be more of an internal process versus an external expression. So there could be a cycle that's like ending within you, and maybe that's where like you've been feeling it. Cause for some reason, like I keep getting this feeling that it's like you already know. And maybe it is just like a matter of your external expression aligning with your internal process. Because like I said, it's interesting, we have two cards here that signify the end of something. I mean, the world is like, it's just that one cycle is ending and a new cycle is beginning, like truly, because we go right back to the Fool card. The feeling that I was getting with the Death card though is purging. Like as I was shuffling the After Tarot, I kept looking at this sun over here. And I was like trying to figure out if it was coming up or going down. And then I was like, I think it's coming up. And that's where like the purge thing was happening. Like at night. I've never seen the Purge movies. But I have seen the episode of Rick and Morty that like is based on the purge. And I'm pretty sure it's like one of those things of like the purge starts when the sun goes down and it ends when the sun comes up. And the whatever happens in there, it's like a free for all, like whatever happens. And we can see that there are, there's at least one body, here. And then there's these three people. This one guy, I don't know if you can see this. It's kind of busy on this card, but they're holding their hand out. And these two kids are like, they're kneeling. And, the Death card does talk about something having to end in order for something new to begin. Like one cannot happen without the other happening too. Like what's that I always say this anytime the Death card comes out. I always say, every new beginning disguises itself as an end, but in order to see the new beginning, the end has to happen, type of thing. And that's like the difference between the Death card and the World card. Like the World card is seeing where you're at versus where you've been. It's recognizing that you've gotten what you needed to get out of this cycle, out of this thing, this period or this time of your life. And moving on to the next phase, stage, whatever. I want to see. Oh, and I opened the book right to the Death card. Death moves across a field with a slow and steady march. A king lay dead. He represents old systems of order tossed aside. A bishop begs for mercy. A maiden turns away in fear, and only a curious child looks up to greet death. She has not been taught to fear death. A ship sails in the distance, oblivious to the death march. I'm like, where is that? Maybe this little thing? I don't know. A sun rises between two towers to reflect resurrection and new beginnings. All endings make way for fresh possibility. Transformation leading to renewal and growth. Transition, underworld, flux, occultism, letting things go, evolution, requiring release, metaphorical death. Also too, like it didn't even occur to me, of course, that this is a Scorpio card. And, we just had that Scorpio new moon. Mercury is, retrograded back into Scorpio. I think Venus was still in Scorpio. Obviously, Scorpio is a fixed sign as well. So wherever Scorpio is for you, like maybe you have noticed some sort of, transformation, transition, or change in that area of your life. And that could just be like what the holdup is with this world card, is that there is something that maybe you are like struggling to release. I was also even feeling like dark night of the soul type of thing, like with the death card when I was still shuffling, which is a lot of, I was going to say interference, but that's not introspection, right? Like recognizing what is no longer serving you in your actions, in your behaviors, in your patterns, in what you believe to be true. So right, like there's something here in the death card that is telling you there is an end to something. And then, whatever is almost kind of left over after that, because there's really only one, the king is the only one that is actually deceased here. These other ones are, like the bishop is begging, for mercy. Like it said, the maiden here is fearful and the kid is just curious. Which, I'm getting this feeling of whatever those things would like represent within you, almost like, realigning those aspects of yourself. Again, whatever they would represent for you, beliefs, again, patterns, behaviors, motivations, the actions, that you take, how you do that, your ambitions, like how you view yourself, your relationship to play and your own innocence. It's like, if those are the things that are left over here, then there would be a shift happening with those things, realigning them to whatever, this way of being, this new way of being for you is. And we have the Seven of Pentacles in the near future, or what you need to know, or the outcome. And the Seven of Pentacles is like what you are putting your physical energy into. What are you trying to manifest into your physical life? It's, Pentacles have to do with our money, how we get it, how we save it, how we spend it. It's our time and our physical energy. Where are we investing that? How are we spending it? We generally tend to use that in trade for money. It's your physical health and your body. Anything that you place worth and value in, anything that you can physically touch. And with the Seven of Pentacles, it's like, I always kind of, again, like one of the things or the example that I always give is like, you can't just plant a seed in the ground and do nothing else and expect it to grow into something that you can harvest from. You need to water it, which takes your resources, and you probably have to pay for that water in some aspect. It also takes your physical time and your presence to be there, to watch it grow, to prune it, to make sure that bugs aren't eating it, to whatever, but it's physically like showing up and investing in the thing that you are trying to manifest, or the thing that you are trying to actualize. And we can see in the After Tarot that they have chosen a pentacle. They've started to harvest and be able to benefit from the fruits of their labor. Literally. This really could be like a shift in either, like recognizing your worth. It could have something to do with work. Finding a balance in it, even finding your own belief system in it. Especially I feel like even being like an Aquarius, like, finding your own flow, your own, interpretation or way that you approach a thing, a way that you share it, even, a way that you like understand it may be slightly different than other people. And if you have found yourself in just a period of stagnation, it is because there is something that, again, like intuitively, like you already know what it is. But it's a matter of making a decision to allow that thing to end, to stop giving it weight or attention, control. And then that's when you would start to see how far you've come, that, there is something for you to grasp onto. There is, again, like fruits of your labor for you to benefit from. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. And thank you so much for being here. If you haven't done so already, I would absolutely love it if you subscribed to the channel. I know I was like just kind of going on a tangent earlier about I'm trying to focus my intentions on, like building or growing the space. Like the video, comment, save it, even if you immediately unsave it. I think it counts. Leave a comment. Let me know if any of this made sense or not. But yeah, those are all free ways to support me and the channel and exchange energy with each other. And then of course, it allows YouTube to hopefully kick these videos out so that more people can see them. So we have the Knight of Swords on the World card. We have the Four of Wands on the Death card, and we have the Justice card on the Seven of Wands. It's kind of funny how, like maybe what the issue is here is that you've been waiting for your motivation to come from recognition from other people, or like it's like one of those things of like if you say something, if you share something, if you like share an idea, or like I really want to do this, it's like if the person you're telling it to doesn't immediately like jump on board with you or doesn't have the same level of excitement for you, it almost kind of takes the wind out of your sails. That could be where the stagnation is coming from, which again, like would be an opportunity for you to go within, because like it's like one of those things of not relying on other people to gauge your ambitions or like your success. And the reason why I'm saying that, hopefully you'll be able to see on this card, but there's this knight carrying a sword on a horse here, and it almost kind of looks like he's like trying to get people like pumped up, or like trying to get them to like rally, and maybe it's almost even like, is it Paul Revere? Yeah, famous for his midnight ride to warn colonists of the British troop. Yeah, like the British are coming, or whatever, but it's like a symbol though of a message, trying to like warn people, or like trying to, again, like get people on board with something. And then all these people back here, like they're just standing there. They're like, huh? So that's where, and with it being on top of the World in the reverse, that's why I'm saying, like, if you have an idea, or and maybe you have like communicated something, like it's like you're trying to like you're putting it out there, but maybe the response that you're getting is just kind of underwhelming. And that's somehow in your head, not somehow, because I mean, we're all, I don't want to say guilty of that, but I can't think of a different way to like put it. We've all done it, But yeah, like if that is stopping you, or like, 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 or like is the thing that is stopping you, or slowing your progress or whatever, right? Like it's a message about your own, like allowing your own excitement and your own interest to be the reason why you do something, not the response that you're getting from other people or waiting for other people to do it with you or something, like, because you'll be waiting forever if that's the case. And also even like figuring out why that is. If that's a cycle that you're in, it's like again, the internal thing of like figuring out why it is that your motivation comes from, or your excitement would come from other people's reaction, instead of just doing it anyway because you want to do it or you feel excited about it. It's your idea, and I think was I saying that about like just being Aquarius and having a different approach or a different understanding or interpretation of something, and continue to do that, continue to put that out there, because the people who are in alignment with that will see it. And then the Four of Wands on top of the Death card, that's kind of interesting. Also, 13 simplifies down to a 4 also. Speaking of, harmony and union, the Four of Wands is a card of success and celebration and support from others. Truly, like this Death card, it's like releasing what is no longer serving you. Like I was saying, realigning the other things that are left, and that creating a sense of security and success. And like I just said, the people who are in alignment with you will show up, or the opportunities, or whatever it is. Not to mention, like this is like the marriage card. There's these two people here. We were talking about the balance or the dance between the masculine and feminine energy with the World card as well. So this would be like that balancing. I mean, of course it could be a relationship, but it could just be energies within yourself aligning. Like I was, all those examples that I had given, like the hustle and rest, the action and receiving, all of those examples that I given before. The Four of Wands also talks about like having a firm foundation under you, security. I think I already said, but the actions that you have taken getting you to a place of success and support and recognition, feeling good about the place where you're at. The Justice card here on the Seven of Pentacles. The scales balancing, fairness. Also even too about like you deciding what gets priority. This is a card of Libra. We can see that there's this king or, some type of royalty, here with the crown and their cape. And then over here, this person looks to be more like poor or lacking resources. And, they're both kneeling in front of justice. And, like they are almost like equal. Justice is a card of fairness and balance, and the goddess of justice is both the giver and enforcer of laws. As the ultimate arbiter, she holds a two-edged sword, a reminder that fairness cuts both ways. She holds an upraised sword in her right hand and a perfectly balanced set of scales in her left. Her red robes are topped with a green cape. The prince and pauper are kneeling at her feet, making their case, while she weighs both sides of their story to find a measure of truth. Justice isn't blind. There's no sign of the missing blindfold we're used to seeing her wear in courtrooms and attorneys' offices. In fact, her eyes are wide open. She sees the whole truth. The double-edged sword is a reminder that fairness cuts both ways. The scales are there to weigh the truth and find a balance between justice and mercy. The bandage around the beggar's head shows that he's been wounded. The king's robes and crown show he's protected by wealth and power. Justice is the card of reason and logic, unswayed by the heat of passion or appeals to emotion. All of that. And especially with that being in the future, the near future, or the outcome, what you need to hear. Because even like with this person just picking one pentacle here, it's like, it's not weighing the merit. It's not weighing, like not looking at it in the terms of which one is better, which one is ripe, which one, right? Like, so that's interesting. It's like, what has priority for you? What is going to receive your attention? And looking at all of those things from a more balanced perspective. Because again, the king and the pauper are here, both kneeling before the justice card, equal. I mean, of course, one has more power than the other, but they're both on their knees begging in front of justice, right? So maybe it's too about like taking out qualifiers and also, like choosing by what is true for you. Interesting. I love this. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. And I close this space with gratitude and ease. All energies are released, returning to their rightful paths. May what was received be integrated with clarity and peace. Bye.